Greetings, I am the Lion Clan Chief. Welcome to the Lion Clan. Now, in my previous video, I did mention that there was a lot of contact and movement between West Africa and Eastern Africa. The reason why is the evolution of the quilted cotton armor, which you see throughout the Sahel, from Sudan all the way to parts of Chad, northern Nigeria, and other regions of West Africa. So in this video, we'll focus on this movement and how exactly it was happening from West Africa to East. Now, as I stated in my previous video, it looks like the written accounts which confirm this movement go back to the 16th century. However, I personally do believe that going back to antiquity, there was trade and movement happening back then too. It's just we don't have the written accounts for it. But archaeology and other finds do point to this being very old. For example, there was a study done in 2023 on the glass beads of Tyre, which shows there was a lot of movement happening in the Sahel region between the 12th century and 14th century. But again, it likely goes back before that because a lot of movement was happening in Africa. Some people, I don't know why, they assume that Africa and Africans were isolated from each other. They talk about certain African empires in isolation, but they weren't really isolated from each other. They contacted each other, they had trade with each other. In another video, I'll focus on East Africa and Southern Africa, which is where my culture is from and the contact that was happening there. But for now, we'll continue with this one. So with the rise of Islam in parts of the Sahel and many people converting to the religion, many people were obviously obligated to go to Mecca to partake in the Hajj, which every Muslim is expected to do at least once in their lifetime. So because of this, many West Africans were going towards Mecca. Some were going through the North African route, but others in the Sahel were going through the Sahel, going east. Now, this back then took several years to do. So because of this, many settlements were made across the way in order to assist pilgrims and also help them continue make an earning, then continue their journey. It took years. So with this, over time, the communities of West Africans began to grow in Eastern Africa, where they were known as Takura or Takura, which I believe derives from the Takura kingdom of West Africa, which is a medieval kingdom which goes back to the time when the Wagadu Empire, aka the Ghana Empire, was still around. Now, there were two routes that they used when they used the Sahelian route to go towards Mecca. There's the northern route, which went through Sudan, and the southern route, which went through northern Ethiopia and parts of Eritrea. Now, the northern route went through a city called Shendi and a port called Saukin, and the southern route went through northern Ethiopia, going through the port of Massawa in modern-day Eritrea. Now, aside from pilgrims, some people were encouraged to come in the regions of Eastern Africa and settle, and they founded cities and towns and other settlements, which they were also encouraged to do by some of the rulers of the region. For example, in the 17th century and 18th century, the Sultanate of Darfur was on the rise, and with this, it encouraged many scholarly men from the communities of the Bornu and Fulani scholars to come and settle and assist them in developing various charters and transcripts for court proceedings, and to also establish a scholarly community in the Darfur region. Now, because of this, many of these scholars were known, dubbed holy men by the people of this region. They were encouraged by being exempt from certain taxations, being given estates, and yeah, man, they they pretty much got spoiled by the sultans. And you know what, it was a pretty good deal. I would have done it, to be honest. So many of these holy men became founders of clans within the region of Darfur. For example, the Dayman clan is said to be from a Banu scholar or holy man, and another clan called Al-Wadi Ali was also founded by a Fulani scholar. So with this, many of their settlements and estates that they were given became huge communities, became these clans. These are not the only two clans, there were others as well. So settlements like Fata Borno and Manawasi, for example, were given to these people, and they became very prominent populations in modern day Sudan. So that's why in parts of Sudan you find Fulani people as well as Bornu people and other West African ethnic groups. People don't know about that. It's just interesting that the West African communities and the East African communities were pretty much intertwined and linked, especially when they shared culture like religion, scholarly culture, beliefs. They were very connected. But because of trade and so on as well, they had to be connected. They wanted to make a buck. Everyone wants to make a buck in history, even today. That's just how humans are. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and give me your feedback. If you are from this region and you know more information, you have more information about these holy men, the culture, these settlements, please feel free to let me know. I know with what's happening in Sudan at the moment, some of these settlements have gone through a lot. It's just a sad situation, man, but it is an interesting history and an interesting region, and I just pray for peace for Sudan and also for other parts of Africa that are going through so much chaos these days. But anyway, it's all good. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like I said, subscribe, and give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. If you did learn something new today, please let me know, and let me know what else you would like me to cover in my upcoming videos. And anyway, thank you for watching. Yes, I am your chief. Peace.